As Valentine's Day falls on a regular work and school day, some of us might choose to celebrate it instead over the weekend. Why not make your date a little different by going to a museum? Ayala Museum will treat its visitors tomorrow to a special post-Valentine's Day event called Art to Heart. Joining us in the studio this morning is Hannah Jade Lim. She's a project head of Ayala Museum's Art to Heart. Good morning, Jade,
Good morning,
and welcome to Daybreak.
Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Happy Valentine's Day to you. And I understand that you have this post-Valentine's event called Art to Heart. Tell us more about it.
Okay, so Art to Heart is basically a Valentine's Day event, effort of the Ayala Museum. So it's on its second year now. So last year we had actually the same types of activities. We would give out treats for the guests. So instead of just going around the museum, after that you can get to have, we have an art-related activity and we give out freebies for them as well.
Wow,
Yes.
freebies and art activities that are for free for as long as you visit the museum.
Just purchase the museum admission. After that, we have an area in the lobby wherein we had the setup of booths. So
Sige, tell us more about those booths. What I found quite interesting is that you will be giving free portraits, and I'm sure you know how loved ones would like to have their photo or portraits made, and this is for free.
Yes. Once you purchase the museum admission, you can have your portrait sketched. Actually, last year we had a different activity. We had a love letter station, and we had, again, free chocolates and free photo souvenirs. But this year we're planning on we're going to have, again, free chocolates and wine tasting instead of the photo souvenirs.
Eat all you can.
Actually, only one per, one ticket, one
But
freebie.
still,
It's still a freebie.
Of course.
So there, we have volunteer artists who will do the portraits for the guests.
Okay,
There.
so these portraits, these are the ones that I remember that there's like do you call it an easel?
Yes.
Yeah, and then they will sketch your
Yes,
beautiful
on the
face.
spot, yes.
And it's up to you if you'd like it. It really looks like you, or you can also have it made into a caricature if you want it to look a bit funny. If you're interested in that.
Yes, we have different artists, and different artists have their own techniques. So if you want, you can like request for something that you really want. And actually, we highly recommend couples to have their portraits together, so that it's more of the Valentine's souvenir for them as well.
That's right. That's right. Something that they can take home with them.
Yes.
Okay, so you'll have the free portraits, and then they can have wine, chocolates,
Wines.
and I also understand that you have like an area wherein there will be art materials as well. Is this included, or only these activities that we mentioned?
Yes, for the artist, yes. The materials are for the artist.
Okay, now Ayala Museum, I understand that every 3 months you change your exhibits. This time when they go tomorrow, what will they see?
Currently, we still have our permanent exhibitions. We have our dioramas of Philippine history, something that kids would really enjoy. And then we also have our Gold of Ancestors exhibit. So these are pre-colonial gold pieces. And then we have Philippine costumes during the Spanish period and trade ceramics from different Southeast Asian countries. But as of now, our special exhibit is Constancio Bernardo and Fernando Zobel. So both of them are Filipino modern artists. So there.
So I understand that Ayala Museum aims to increase the number of museum goers, at least because, you know, most of us, we think of museums only when it's a field trip in school, or it's required by our teacher and we go there with our classmates. But how do you see it now?
Actually, every year we have a target. We from the Tours and Education Department, we aim to increase that every year. So successfully, compared to 2012, 2013 was relatively higher. We have a relatively higher number of guests, especially for foreigners, mostly foreigners.
Mostly foreigners.
Yes, actually, mostly foreigners and students, resident students. But of course, third to that is, of course, resident adults. We are really looking forward to more guests this year, so that's why we're having a lot of events and a lot of different workshops so that we can encourage them to visit the museum more and to consider museum as a really good leisure place for them to relax and unwind rather than just going to the movies.
That's right.
There's a different, an alternative way of spending your day with your loved ones.
I think it's going to be quite romantic if indeed you do spend your Valentine's weekend going to the museum, walking leisurely,
learn together, appreciate art together.
Appreciate art, and I'm sure if you're, you know, sometimes people are hesitant because they feel like they don't have much knowledge about it. But I'm pretty sure there in the Ayala Museum, somebody can tell them more about it if they do want to dig deeper into what they look into. But I understand you also have a workshop.
Yes, we have
what's
lots
this?
of workshops in line this summer. We have the art room workshop, it's for adults, and we also have Start for kids. So there we also have series of other like writing workshops and photography workshops. Yes, we do have a lot.
Writing
So,
poetry?
creative writing,
Creative
fiction,
writing.
travel writing workshops we also have. And then if you want to know more information, you can just send us an email at inquiry@ayalamuseum.org or education@ayalamuseum.org.
Okay, Jade, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and we hope that a lot of
Thank you very much.
lovers will troop to the Ayala Museum for your Art to Heart event.
And I hope to see you as well. If you
I'll
want
bring
to
my family.
come with us and join us. Yes.
Thank you so
very
much, and good morning.
Good morning.
And happy Valentine's Day
Happy
again.
Valentine's Day.
We just spoke to Hannah Jade Lim. She's the project head of Ayala Museum's Art to Heart.